Hello, my lovely YouTubers. Good evening. Welcome to my channel, Suma Clima TV. I am a former activist and advocate for the LGBTQ community, for the Latino immigrants, and the African American. I represent I represent myself as an activist and advocate for 3 4 years, almost 7 years ago. I went to the White House, I went to the Congress, I went all over nationwide speaking on their behalf of the LGBTQ community. Well, the LGBTQ, when it used to be the LGBTQ, now it's the LGBTQIA plus. When I was an activist and advocate, it wasn't as much as all this craziness and all of this nonsense and all of these pronouns. That it's insane. I can't keep up with it. As a former activist and advocate, I'm gonna happen and talk about what my point of view is about all of this nonsense, all of this new movement that is going around, especially with kids going becoming transgender and getting testosterone blockers and estrogen and all of that stuff that I think from my point of view is too early for them to be doing that. I do believe that they should be at least 18 years old to start going through all the transitions, not when they're 8, 10, 12, 14. It's gonna mess up their bodies and their minds. But that's the society that we are living in on 2023, and it's really sad from my point of view. I'm pretty sure you guys know exactly who Rose Montoya is. She's a transgender activist and advocate, and also a TikTok influencer that was invited to the White House with other transgender men to the White House to celebrate Pride Month on behalf of Joe Biden and Jill Biden, our first lady. Yes, they were invited. They were having a good time. Gay music, nice unicorns, rainbows, and to the point where Rose Montoya, she was there with two other transgender men, and they just went so disgusting, gross. I can't believe it when I saw it. And they just took out their top and they showed their breasts. She showed her breasts, and the other transgender men, they showed their breasts with their scars, being proud. Yes, this is what I am. This is what I went through, and it's just like too much. I think it's so disrespectful for all of us Americans and American citizens, for people like them going to the White House and talking like that, behaving like that. To me, it was insane. I can't believe that Joe Biden, our president, allow all of this nonsense inside the White House. And it's so sad for Rose Montoya, because she's the first transgender activist to be banned from the White House. Good, she deserves it. She can go and kiss somebody's ass, because she's not gonna go to the White House and get herself topless and then say later on her channel, "Oh, I support free the nipple, free the nipple." Bullshit. You don't support nothing. You don't even support yourself. You're so confused. That's why it's insane. It's sad, because as a former representative and activist and advocate for the LGBTQ community, I'm embarrassed to say that all of these clowns are around, going around doing all of this nonsense, saying that they represent transgender, but they don't. They don't. They're just freaks. And I don't mind saying that they're freaks. They're clowns. They are a disgrace. And I'm glad that she got banned out of the White House, because she deserves it. I'm so disgusted. I'm sad that people like them, like transgender men, transgender women, those types will go to the White House and do that kind of stupidity, nonsense, and low life stuff. Because I know some wonderful transgender men, I know some wonderful transgender women that I'm still friends with. That are wonderful people. And one of those transgender that I am not her friend, but I am one of her fans. Her name is Blaire. I support her very much. I support all her beliefs. She's so focused. She's so sane. She knows exactly what she wants and who she is. She's a transgender woman. You guys can check her out. I'm pretty sure you already know her. Her YouTube channel is Blaire and the Blaire Project podcast. And I support her 100% and everything that she says about transgender, because she's a really good activist and advocate. And transgender activists and advocate don't support Blaire for the reason that they say that she's just homophobic, which I don't believe that, because she's a transgender herself. How she can do that? But she is saying she's totally against about all these new pronouns that people want to be called, he, there's, them. What the heck is that with hairs? Then it's like there's, honey, there's a woman, there's a man. It's a biological woman, biological man, and a transgender woman and a transgender man. There's not in between. And a biological woman is a biological woman. It's not a cisgender. That's what I heard that they call her a biological woman. A cisgender. What's a cisgender? I never heard that. It's insane. It is just stupid with all these pronouns. As Jeffree Star mentioned in her videos about yes, when people were in the pandemic, they were just so crazy. They had so much time of their own that they start creating all these new pronouns. And now here we are, 2 years later, we're on all of this mess, all of us, because the whole entire country and the whole world is going into madness for all of this nonsense belief. It is what it is about the truth. A man is a man, a woman is a woman, a transgender woman is a transgender woman, a transgender man is a transgender man. Period. There's not in between. A transgender man can get pregnant because it was a biological female. A transgender woman cannot get pregnant because it was it was born a biological male. So it has no ovaries, no uterus, none of the stuff. So none of these new TikTokers and all this bullshit nonsense saying that a transgender woman can. Dylan Mulvaney, that's no comments. Every time I hear that name, my blood just gets I can't stand it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Whatever she is, he is, I can't stand it. And the other guy, what's his name? The Jeffrey March, whatever, another clown telling themselves that they're transgender. No, honey, you're not a transgender. You are a freak. You're a clown. A transgender is a woman that is a male that was born a biological male, became a woman, and live as a woman full time, doesn't have a beard, live as a woman 100%, and doesn't just go out on the date and to go shopping as a man and then goes home and goes out at nighttime as a woman. Are you out of your mind? That's not what a transgender woman is. No, it isn't. So the whole transgender movement nonsense with all of those, they call themselves activists and advocates like Dylan Mulvaney and Jeffrey. I think they're just awful. I think the pure enemy of the LGBTQ community are the activists and the advocates, because they are the ones showing, imposing, improving, and throwing this on all of us faces. This is who we are. This is who respect me, respect me, respect me. They want to be respected, but they don't want to respect us women. They don't want to respect anybody out there because they're like, you respect me, you respect me, you respect me, with a narcissistic personality, and then we're just gonna stay here and applaud and take these drag queens to elementary school and teach kids about all of that nonsense. Are you out of your mind? Leave those kids alone. Once again, thank you all. Have a good night. Stay tuned, and please don't forget to subscribe. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below and let me know exactly what you want. What do you want me to talk about? As a former activist and activist of the LGBTQ community, African American and Latino immigrant, I was very passionate doing that. I don't work doing that anymore because I saw so much craziness, so much nonsense then 6 years ago, and that's why I left it, because it was too much for me. Way too much. But and it's getting worse. I'm glad I got out of there at the right time, because I would have been so like you know what. Good night, peeps. Bye.